Glück auf YouTube und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Portal 2, Kommentar der Entwickler, Kapitel 8. The Itch, das Jucken.
For God's sake, your boxes with legs. It's literally your only purpose. Walking onto buttons. How can you not do the one thing you're designed for?
Try to get us down there. I'll hit him with a paradox.
Warmer, warmer, boiling hot, okay, colder, ice cold. You're Arctic now. You're very cold, very, very, very cold. Look, just get on the button. Oh, that's funny, is it? Oh, it's funny because we've been at this for 12 hours and you haven't solved it either. So I don't know why you're laughing. You've got 1 hour. Solve it.
Solve his puzzle for him. When he comes back, I'll hit him with a paradox.
The Franken turrets were an attempt to show one of the ways Wheatley has been spending his time since he threw the player down into the underground. Using his limited brain, it didn't seem like he could have come up with a lot, so the idea of using objects he'd have access to seemed appropriate. The turret and the cube are the two most iconic Portal objects, and the Franken turret is little more than a crude combination of those two objects. The hermit crab animation when you pick the cubes up began as a necessity, because we really needed to make them act like cubes when you held them. It ended up being so cute that it became a simple job of making the turret widen its eye and shake its little head to convey to the player that these things were disrupted, and had no idea who or what they were anymore, and also to make the player feel sympathetic towards their plight. We used a combination of in-game physics pushes and canned Maya animation to allow the player freedom to move them wherever they wanted, line up races between them, or even set them up so they would walk, inevitably, to their doom, into a fizzler.
Ja, das kann ich mir vorstellen. Das ist, ja, stimmt, die sind knuffig.
Ah, yes! I knew you'd solve it.
Hey, moron.
Oh. Hello?
All right, paradox time. This sentence is false. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think
True.
about it. Don't think about it.
I'll go true. Yeah, that was easy. I'll be honest, I might have heard that one before though, sort of cheating.
It's a paradox. There is no answer. Look, this place is going to blow up if I don't get back in my body.
False. I'll go false.
Explosion imminent. Evacuate the
Hold on.
facility
I thought
immediately.
I'd fix that.
Warning. Reactor core is at critical point.
There, fixed. Hey, it is great seeing you guys again. Seriously, it turns out I'm a little bit short on test subjects right now, so this works out perfect. And off we go.
Bagger.
You have no idea what it's like in this body. I have to test all the time, or I get this itch. You know, it must be hardwired into the system or something. Oh, but I'll tell you, when I do test, oh man alive, nothing feels better. It's just, that's what I've got to test. That's what I've got to test.
Uh-oh.
So you're gonna test, and I'm gonna watch, and everything is gonna be just.
Warning. Core overheating. Nuclear meltdown imminent.
I think we're in trouble.
Design this-
Wheatley's first test was really fun to make because we wanted it to feel like he was the first-time level designer. We see a lot of maps where people try using different textures or lights to write words or put their names on the walls.
Huh.
Impossible, as it is to imagine, there actually is a solution, devilishly hidden. Oh, yes. Oh, well done. Oh, that felt really good. Oh, here's an idea. Since making tests is so difficult, why don't you just keep solving this test? Same one. And I can just watch you solve it. Yeah, that sounds much easier. Here we go. Now, do it again. And nothing. All right, can't blame me for trying. Okay, new tests. Gotta be some tests around here somewhere. Oh, here we go.
All right, so my paradox idea didn't work. And it almost killed me. Luckily, by the looks of things, he knows as much about test building as he does about logical contradictions.
Das ist allerdings auch wieder was Interessantes.
It shouldn't be hard to stay alive long enough to find him.
Wenn man eine KI macht, die so dämlich ist wie Weasley, generell würde mich das erstmal interessieren, ob eine KI, ja, man braucht wahrscheinlich... Ich probiere es dann mal mit Google aus, ob das funktioniert, dieses... Beziehungsweise, wartet mal, ich mache das einfach mal High Life. So, warte mal. Wie ging das noch gleich? Okay, Google. Ja, grüß dich. Dieser Satz ist falsch. Lügnerparadox, sehr schön. Also Google oder Alexa zählt offensichtlich nicht in die, by the way. Oder? Das kann ich auch gleich nochmal machen. Okay, Google. Kennst du GLaDOS? Ah. Nur ein Couch Potato. Ich kann reden Deutsch, ja? Ich kann reden gut Deutsch. So much for that.
It's alright. Everything's good. I just invented some more tests.
This is one of my tests.
Not entirely. Not entirely. Look at the word tests there on the wall. That's brand new.
So the bad news is the tests are my tests now, so they can kill us. The good news is, well, none so far, to be honest. I'll get back to you on that.
Ah.
I'd love to help you solve the tests, but I can't. Sorry. You're on your own.
Yeah, made this test myself out of smaller tests that I found lying around. Jammed them all together. Buttons, got funnels, bottomless pits are involved. It's got it all. It's got it all. Absolute dynamite.
One of the big plot holes that Potatoes introduced was she's your buddy now, she's got the same goals as you, so why isn't she helping you solve the tests? The real answer is obviously that if she did help you solve the tests, there'd be no game left. One solution we came up with was for the bird from Act 3 to keep swooping in and pecking bits of her off your gun. As the bird kept eating the part of her that knew how to solve the tests, Potatoes would actually get dumber over time. For technical reasons, this ended up being impossible to execute, so we ended up finding another solution. Some of us, though, will always have a place in our heart for the bird solution.
Ja, wäre auch eigentlich unlogisch, weil die Kartoffel ist nur ihre Energiequelle und hat nichts mit ihrem Speicher zu tun. Davon mal abgesehen. Die Idee wäre natürlich lustig. Wenn der Vogel immer wieder kommt und sich immer wieder ein Stück von Potatoes snackt.
Alright, okay, this is taking too long, okay? I'll just tell you how to solve the test, okay? See that button over there, alright? You just need...
And that's why I can't help you solve the tests.
Never mind. Never mind, solve it yourself. You're on your own.
Oi, Blatt. Ich sag mal so, es wäre gegangen, wenn GLaDOS einem bei den Tests hilft. Aber wenn das in einem moderaten Rahmen geblieben wäre, also wenn man sich jetzt wirklich an einem Test festbeißt, dass man dann meinetwegen die Möglichkeit hat, zu sagen, okay, pass auf.
Oh, yes. Well done.
Thanks. All we had to do was pull that lever.
What? Well, no, you pressed the... Ah!
I know we're in a lot of trouble and probably about to die, but that was worth it.
Dass man meinetwegen sagt, okay, ich komme jetzt partout nicht weiter, GLaDOS hilf mir mal. Also irgendwie einen Knopf drückt, irgendwas oder so. Das wäre schon gegangen, aber die Idee, wie es...
He's
You sure?
I'm coming, don't start yet, You are not going to believe this. I found a sealed off wing, hundreds of perfectly good test chambers, just sitting there, filled with skeletons, shook them out, good as new.
Skeletons. Right, I guess I did stockpile some tests. Just as mementos, though.
And there we go. To be honest, you can't even tell, can you? Seamless.
Okay, gut, eins muss man ihm lassen. Er kriegt es zumindest hin, halbwegs ordentliche Tests zu bauen. Das muss man mal dazu sagen. Wobei man natürlich dazu sagen muss, in gewisser Weise würden wir es alle hinkriegen, irgendwo zwar nicht vielleicht solche anspruchsvollen Tests zu bauen, aber ein bisschen was würde jeder von uns hinkriegen. Also, kommt drauf an. Also ich wäre definitiv kein guter, ich würde mich vielleicht irgendwo ein bisschen höher wie Weasley auf dem Niveau bewegen, aber jemand anders, zum Beispiel Xane oder so, dem würde ich das zutrauen, dass er da richtig komplexe Dinger zusammenschustert.
Alright, so that last test was seriously disappointing. Apparently, being civil isn't motivating you, so let's try her way, alright? Fatty, adopted Fatty, no parents. What?
What exactly is wrong with being adopted?
What's wrong with being adopted? Lack of parents.
For the record, you are adopted, and that's terrible.
And
Just
also,
work with me.
nothing. But some of my best friends actually are orphans.
Also,
But
look at her, you moron. She's not fat.
I am not a moron. Just do the test. Just do the test.
Finding the right balance for evil Wheatley was difficult because we still wanted him to be the bumbling idiot from the first half of the game. But at the same time, there had to be some sense that he was dangerous now. Otherwise, there wasn't much tension for the big finale. Fortunately, Stephen Merchant did a great job of intercutting funny bumbling Wheatley with occasional outbursts of power-mad villainous Wheatley.
Ah. Hey. Hallo. Mach's gut. Uah. Hey, nein! Bleibst du hier, verdammt!
It's not enough. If I'm such a moron, why can't you solve a simple test?
I might have pushed that moron thing a little too far this time.
Kleines bisschen. No worries.
Now he's playing classical music.
Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't disturb you too much then. It was the sound of books, pages being turned. So that's just what I was doing, just reading books. So not a moron. Anyway, just finished the last one, just now, the hardest one, Machiavelli. Do not know what all the fuss was about. Understood it perfectly. Have you read that one?
Yes.
Yeah, doubt it. Well, on with the test. Wish there was more books. Well, there's not.
Ah, diesmal habe ich nicht mal einen Bildschirm zu.
Oh, what was that? There was nothing. There
Shut
was
up.
nothing.
The body he's squatting in, my body, has a built-in euphoric response to testing. Eventually, you build up a resistance to it. It can get a little unbearable, unless you have the mental capacity to push past it. It didn't matter to me. I was in it for the science. Him, though.
Well.
If he's not getting his solution euphoria, we could be in a lot of trouble.
Don't mind me, just moving the old test chamber a little bit closer to me. I'd have thought maybe proximity to the test solving might give us stronger results.
It won't.
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, sorry, could have sworn you said something.
He's taking us right to him. This is perfect.
In each of Wheatley's test chambers there is always a monitor with Wheatley on it. While placing the monitor in this level, one of our designers thought it would be funny if the monitor was the target of the faith plate and would get broken if the player or the box flew into it. We thought the gag worked well and decided to make every monitor breakable.
Oh, ey. Da haben sie den Monitor tatsächlich zerkloppt. Stimmt, ich brauch's erst hier oben. So ist also dieses Achievement entstanden. Baglet! Hold on a sec. Auch interessant, hier könnt ihr durch dieses komische Glas könnt ihr mich nicht durchsehen. Might. Ach hier. Ah. Hatte vergessen, wie der Test geht. Alles klar. Ballett. Stimmt. Bäh. Denn hier kann es relativ unweigerlich passieren, dass du den Monitor zerklopfst, wenn du nicht weißt, dass du hier irgendwie Licht versetzen musst. Da kann das ganz unweigerlich passieren. Ow.
Are you absolutely sure you're solving these correctly? I mean, yes, you solved it, but I'm wondering if maybe there's a number of ways to solve them, and you're picking all the worst ways. No, that was the solution. Ah, what am I missing? Had a brainwave. I'm going to tape you solving these and then watch 10 at once. Get a more sort of concentrated burst of science. Oh, on a related note, I am going to need you to solve these 10 times as fast. Anyway, just give me a wave, would you, before you solve this one, alright? I don't want to spoil the ending for when I watch it later.
The original layout of this chamber started out much more linear, essentially a sequence of rooms that the player had to progress through somewhat blindly, not knowing what the next goal might be until they got there. Early versions contained an extra puzzle beyond the reflector cube, but due to the linear path, it took players so long to get to it that they were confused about which elements were still relevant. This drove us to make the level non-linear. To make it easier for players to visualize the puzzle, we condensed the overall test space and moved the exit near the start. This helped the players see where they had to go and which objects would help them get there.
Ja, der Test hier ist schon ein bisschen anspruchsvoller. Muss ich selber schon überlegen, wie das ging. Ist er hoch? Naja. Das. So, brauche ich dich. Спасибо. Zack. Zack. Dich. Au.
Oh, you just solved it, didn't you? I told you to tell me before. Why are you making this so hard for me?
Remember when I told you that he was specifically designed to make bad decisions? Because I think he's decided not to maintain any of the crucial functions required to keep this facility from exploding.
Das ist natürlich auch wieder sowas, dass die da keine Sicherungssysteme eingebaut haben für ihre Kernreaktoren. Dass wenn die KI mal ausfällt.
My facility. This place is self-destructing, you idiot.
Was self-destructing, already fixed. Programmed in one last tremor for old time's sake. One or two more tremors in there, just for fun.
Warning. Core overheating.
I let him keep his job, I'm not a monster. Ignore what he's saying, just keep on testing.
Hold on. Piss. Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me, right? Oh man. Scheiß Würfel ist runtergeflogen. Piece of piss. Jetzt dicht am Reif, sehr schön. Yeah.
Alright, still nothing, let's keep moving. Sorry about the lift, it's out of service, because it's melted.
We found that playtesters were getting fatigued at solving so many complex test chambers in a row. So, instead of a routine elevator ride to the next puzzle, we added a long funnel ride with some destruction to give players a short break while reminding them of the facility's state of disrepair.
Oh, hold on. I see what you did there. Das ist so eine... wo man eigentlich einen Laser durchleiten kann, wenn der Laser danach noch weiter genutzt werden soll.
To your left, you'll see some lights of some kind.
I see what you did there.
Very science here. And to your right, something huge hurtling toward. Oh God, run! That's not supposed to be there. Are you all right back there? Here, I'll turn the beam off. Wait! Oh no! That's not helpful. I don't know why I thought that would help.
After seeing what he's done to my facility, after we take over again, is it alright if I kill him?
Mach dein Ding. Absolutely no problem. So, ich weiß, wann das Kapitel endet.
Oh, you're alive! Great. Yeah, just getting a test ready for you, obviously. Who else would I be doing it for? No one. So, let's see here. Exit. There is no exit. Not a problem. I'll make an exit for your test. There. Bing. Good. Perfect. Off you go. I'll be honest, after you told me to turn that beam off, I thought I had lost you. Went poking around for other test subjects. No luck there. Everyone's still dead. Oh, I did find something though. Reminds me. I've got a big surprise for you two. Seriously, look forward to it.
Noch ein bisschen. Ja, noch ein bisschen bitte. Ein Stückchen weiter vor. Спасибо. Nee, hold on.
You two are going to love this big surprise. In fact, you might say you're going to love it to death. You're going to love it until it kills you, till you're dead. All right. I don't know whether you're picking up on what I'm saying there, but
Yes, thanks. We get it. Alright, he's not even trying to be subtle anymore. Or maybe he still is, in which case, wow, that's kind of sad.
sorry, my fault. Butterfingers.
Either way, I get the impression he's about to kill us.
Carry on. Only 3 more chambers to your big surprise. Oh, it's tiring.
While testing this map, we often saw playtesters fixate on the excursion funnel and try to use it to get to the other side, forgetting that they had a portal gun. To remedy this, we added the destruction event that happens just before this chamber. This requires the player to portal through the floor and out of a wall to cross a gap. Once the player enters the test chamber, they're presented with this exact same scenario, but in a different context.
Oh, okay. Ah, shit. So, ich brauche erstmal ein bisschen hier vorne. X. So, das ist nämlich ein kleines bisschen tricky. Das kennt er ja schon aus dem Let's Play. Oh ja, stimmt. Stimmt, man muss zweimal... Oder? Nee, Quatsch. Ich muss gar nicht nochmal...
Oh, you solved it? Good. Good one. Good for you.
So, he's inexplicably happy all of a sudden, even though he should be going out of his mind with test withdrawal. And he's got a surprise for us. What did he find back there?
Tja. Das Kapitel ist auch wieder ganz schön lang.
I'll bet you're both dying to know what your big surprise is. Well, only 2 more chambers.
We're running out of time. I think I can break us out of here in the next chamber. Just play along.
Having built up the expectation that Wheatley is going to kill the player, we still wanted the actual moment to be a surprise. By this point, players are entirely comfortable with faith plates, and the simple subversion of expectations as Wheatley punts you sideways is a fun and surprising moment. We added the bouncing box with the intention that players attempt to time their jump to catch the box, focusing their attention on the expected result of their jump and heightening the surprise.
Stimmt.
Surprise! We're doing it now.
Okay, credit where it's due. For a little idiot built specifically to come up with stupid unworkable plans, that was a pretty well-laid job.
You've probably figured it out by now, but I don't need you anymore. I found 2 little robots back here, built specifically for testing.
Oh no, he found the Cooperative Testing Initiative. It's something I came up with to phase out human testing just before you escaped. It wasn't anything personal, just, you know, you did kill me. Fair's fair. Well, this is the part where he kills us.
Hello! This is the part where I kill you.
Und das ist das Ende des Kapitels. So, dann sehen wir uns im letzten Kapitel. Ja, also Credits ist hier beim Kommentar der Entwickler eigentlich als separates Kapitel angegeben, aber ganz ehrlich, scheiß doch drauf. Die Credits habe ich auch bei den ganzen anderen immer mit ans letzte Kapitel rangenommen. Also von daher, nächstes Kapitel ist Ende dieser Reihe. Also, bis dahin. Das wieder, ja.